I kept telling myself I would change tomorrow. Tomorrow I would become more patient, more honest, and more present. I believed love would wait for my growth, never realizing that every delayed change quietly became another reason for your heart to lose hope in the future we once dreamed about together. You never expected me to transform overnight. You simply wanted to see that I was trying. Instead, I became comfortable with making promises that sounded beautiful, but rarely became consistent actions. Looking back now, I understand why words eventually stopped bringing you comfort and only reminded you of everything that never changed. Every conversation about our future felt like something I could postpone. I convinced myself there would always be another weekend, another month, another opportunity to become the partner you deserved. I never imagined that while I was waiting to be ready, your heart was quietly preparing itself to let me go forever. The saddest part is that you never stopped believing in me. Even when I doubted myself, you saw a better version of who I could become. I wish I had borrowed your faith instead of wasting it. You believed in my future while I kept delaying the effort needed to actually build it. I now realize love doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for progress. You weren't waiting for me to become flawless. You were waiting to see that I cared enough to grow beside you. Instead of moving forward together, I stood still while expecting your hope to remain exactly where I had left it. One day I noticed something different in your eyes. The hope that once made you smile had quietly turned into acceptance. At first, I couldn't understand what had changed. Later, I realized nothing changed overnight. It was simply the result of every opportunity I chose to postpone instead of embracing when it mattered. I often wonder how many chances you silently gave me without ever mentioning them. How many nights you hoped tomorrow would finally be different. How many mornings you chose hope over disappointment because you still believed the person you loved would eventually become the person standing in front of you. By the time I finally understood your pain, you had already made peace with leaving. You weren't angry anymore. You weren't asking for explanations. You had simply accepted that waiting for change had become more painful than learning to live without me. And that truth still breaks my heart every single day. If I could return to one ordinary moment with you, I wouldn't waste it making another promise. I'd prove my love through immediate action. I'd understand that change delayed is often change denied, because the people we love cannot pause their hearts forever while we decide when we're finally ready. Regret has become my greatest teacher. It reminds me every day that opportunities don't disappear because love suddenly ends. They disappear because we assume they'll still be waiting after we've finished, becoming the person we should have been from the very beginning. If these words somehow find you, I don't expect another chance. I only hope you know that everything you ever asked from me was reasonable. You weren't difficult to love. I was simply too slow to become the person capable of loving you the way you truly deserved. Now I understand why people say timing can change everything. It wasn't that I never loved you. It was that I waited too long to let my actions finally match the love I carried inside. By then, your heart had already chosen peace instead of another promise. So this is the truth I carry every day. I wasn't too late because I loved you too little. I was too late because I believed love would wait forever while I figured myself out. Losing you taught me that the right changes must happen while someone is still holding your hand, not after they've already let it go.